Are you looking for a quick name brand scooter with quality construction? Check out this Segway G30LP. I seriously love it. I did a lot of research on these scooters and wanted one that would be compact enough to fit in the trunk and hold up to some hard use. I also wanted a name brand who would be available for warranty support and a good track record. Check the video description for links of all the items in this video I'm talking about, along with tips before making your first scooter purchase. The G30LP is a second generation scooter, a newer model of one of the most popular scooters in the world, the Ninebot Max. In this generation, they have shortened the deck 2.5 inches and shortened the handlebar a bit so that it fits in your trunk easier. Because of this, it does lose a bit of range, which they claim to be 40 miles for a lightweight rider, but in my test, I got a range of 18 miles at 190 pounds. Still, that's quite a few miles on a small scooter and not something I would likely ever do again, and it would probably be significantly better the lighter that you weigh. Top speed they claim to be is 18.6 miles an hour, and I was able to achieve that easily. It feels like it wants to go faster, but the scooter kind of governs the speed and doesn't let you get too fast, which is actually appreciated because 18 miles on a small scooter feels fast. I was impressed with the design and construction. There's an easy yet robust folding mechanism on the handlebar to store it and also to break it down for travel. It doesn't wobble or shake and feels very sturdy when it's unfolded. There's a small clip on the rear fender, so when the handlebar is folded, it makes carrying very easy. It does weigh in at 39 pounds, which will be heavy for some people, but it's not too bad if you center the weight. The 10-inch tires are firm when running the suggested 32 to 37 psi, but they certainly do absorb a lot of the sidewalk cracks and bumps. I tried to take it off-road at full speed and it left me with a bit of a teeth-shattering feeling, so not something you want to take off-road very often. It can handle small off-road paths at slower speeds with 3 inches of ground clearance, so that's something you could consider. They claim it has self-sealing tires up to 6 millimeters or 0.25 inches of a puncture, but I was not able to test any of that. There are 3 modes, Eco, Standard, and Sport on the controls. Eco is good for handing it over to a beginner and letting them pedal a little bit and get used to the feeling of the scooter. Standard is good, but Sport is where most of the fun lies. In Sport mode, it really takes off and you can feel the nearly silent acceleration in the 350 watt motor. Sport mode is strong enough that I wouldn't hand it over to a friend without them getting used to it first. In all modes, you must be moving at least 2 miles an hour before the motor will kick in, and this is for safety, so you must paddle at least once or twice with your foot to get going. They claim it'll handle a 20% hill grade, but in my experience and my weight, I did have to kick up the steepest hills. It does slow down quite a bit when reaching a steep grade. The brakes are excellent, plenty of stopping power using the front drum brake, and it also has an electronic rear brake. Having 2 brakes is a nice safety feature should one ever fail. Inside the app, there's also the ability to choose 3 different regenerative power modes. This will cause the scooter to slow down on its own each time you let off on the throttle. It absorbs that kinetic energy in the wheels and stores that power back into the battery, increasing your range. But it sometimes feels unnatural and aggressive, so you do have the option to adjust that down or turn it off completely. This new motor design allows you to run the scooter at max speed until the battery reaches 10% or lower, which is much better than some of the other scooters in previous generations. The handlebar and the controls feel great. The throttle location feels natural after a week, and the brake is easy to reach. There's one bright LED headlamp, and there's an always-on taillight that also flashes as you brake. The scooter has an easy-to-use bell on the handlebar, good fenders for rain, and is IPX5 water rated, which means it can resist sustained low-pressure jet spray or basically riding in the rain. The Ninebot app paired easy and shows the battery remaining, speed, distance, and other fun stats. You can lock the scooter electronically, which makes it nearly impossible to roll, but does not stop someone from lifting it up and carrying it away. For that, you would need to use a lock around the front stem. It takes 6 hours to charge from a nearly dead battery and a lot less from 50%. Simply plug the charger in and the battery percentage will appear on the main screen and your phone app. Also, the light on the charger changes so you know it's working. It uses a standard 70-watt Segway charger, which are cheap to find online, and that's nice in case you need a second one for the office. I'll put a link in the description below for some of these. There are a lot of aftermarket accessories for this model, which is nice. I added the kids' handlebars so my son can ride along for short distances, and I plan to get the hook so I can carry a bag if I need to. Where this model really shines is the ability to fit the smaller scooter in your car and the quality of its construction. It feels like the scooter is built out of one solid piece of metal, and there's nearly no flex in the handle or the deck. And even though it has less range than the previous model, most people will rarely use the extra range, and then that way you won't be carrying the extra 4 pounds of batteries everywhere you go, making it much lighter to carry up the office or apartment stairs. I found myself taking it with me in the car all over this summer. It allows me to park anywhere and zip closer to a busy event, explore side streets, or even cruise places where cars are not allowed. Because it's so quiet, people never give me trouble like a gas-powered bike or even my Vespa, and there's nearly no maintenance on these other than tires and charging it. I'm super happy with the Segway 9Bot Max G30LP. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you, and we'll see you in the next video.